So now I've got the lower intake back on and I've got the gasket laid out, so it is time to bring the supercharger back in. This is the new Gen 5 unit. I'm going to try to stick it in here with the throttle body on it, since I've already got all that worked out. It's a little bit tight, but hopefully everything will fit. We're close now.
You became A.
There we go. That's where it sits. And the Gen 5 has plenty of room. Sits around this just fine. Now we're gonna get the ZZP hold down kit. And the ZZP kit's got a couple different things. Most of these are these hex head bolts, but there's one, I mean not hex head, but Allen. And then there is one that still has a traditional bolt head on it. And it comes with a couple washers too. So these shorter ones are the ones that go down here, so that's pretty straightforward. I'm just going to go ahead and get these started. Okay, let's see. Looks like there should be one more short one. Probably, yep, right over here. Okay, so that's that one. Then I should have 3 more. A slightly longer one. Then one longer than that. Let's see, the slightly longer one has to be the one up here near the throttle body. So that's pretty easy. Then I'm guessing the next one is this one, with the final one being this main one near the snout here, which I'm going to put a washer on. I don't exactly know which one the other washer's for. I guess I'll use it for the other upper bolt. I will put it with this one. Just like that. There we go. And now that the supercharger is on, the next thing to do is get the belt, or the new belt, in here and make sure that it is in fact going to fit. I certainly hope it will at this point in the game, but we're going to find out in just a minute anyway. With that all the way on there like that. I think I missed it a little on the bottom. Yep, that looks like that's about it right there. Then I've just got to pull the tension off of this. Slide the belt on and let it tension. That looks pretty good. I think that's going to be okay. It maybe could use being a hair tighter, but not much. I think that's all right. It looks like it's in the right place. All right, so that's the belt back on. I'm going to tighten the bracket that holds the map sensor on back on here. The Gen 5 does have the necessary pieces for attaching that, so that's good. So most of this was just everything going back where it came off, so I just kind of flew through that pretty quickly. The next couple things, this is your evap purge line that I was using, at least, so I'm gonna need to get that over to here and connect it. So I'll get to that in a minute, but before I do that, I want to tuck this out of the way, get that line down there. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and work on this. Basically what I'm gonna need to do here, let's just set this up so you can see. Now I may be able to get this in here as is, but I may need to grind the end of this cable down a little bit because I do not know for sure if that's gonna fit. It's got to go, well, I'll tell you what, absolutely, that'll work right there. Okay, so what we're gonna do is feed this through the middle here, pull it under the bottom, and then just let it sit up in that groove. Then it will snap right into, hopefully, yep, the ZZP bracket here. It's a little tight though. Yep, so I'm gonna need to loosen that up a little bit. I think I can just actually pull it through a little bit though. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something about that. That's not, you need to make sure when you're doing this that it doesn't pull the cable too tight, or you'll wind up with a high idle because the throttle won't be able to close. Okay, and now that I've got everything wrapped up, I'll show you the couple little things I had to do. First of all, on this throttle linkage, the factory stuff bolts up to this just fine. Everything attaches pretty well. The only thing I had to do modification wise was on the throttle cable itself. I had to cut down the end a little bit to make it fit into the linkage. That's no problem. On the purge valve over here, I ran the line over to here, just put a connector there and ran it into my T. See if I can lighten that up for you. Into the blower. So that's the purge line. Then I went ahead and put the mass airflow sensor on here with the ZZP coupler that it comes with. And then this is the wiring harness. Just plugs straight into the mass airflow, splits to the two for the car, and then it gives you the adapter for the throttle position sensor. So that's no problem. It has a lot of wires, so it's a little ugly, but works just fine. So all of that is together. And it is getting dark, so I'm about to call it quits for today. But tomorrow, what will be left to do is I'm going to need to get this intake back on. I'm going to have to figure out how to make the intake I had fit this setup, which might be a little tricky. I've got to change the oil, refill the coolant, and I'm going to have to flash the PCM with the new program for this mass airflow sensor. Then we can get it started, make sure it runs okay, and start really tuning and dialing this in. And that's it. There she is. In the next video, we'll get the rest of this done and start on the tuning, which is going to be like a whole thing unto itself. But at least it's finally on the car, so we are making some progress. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you then. Thank you so much for watching, and peace.